We're going to be planting some seeds today, and one of the most important things is to be sure and get seedling soil to use, not regular potting soil. Seedling soil is much lighter and allows the roots of the seed to go down and the green part of the seed to come up. You can get seedling soil at any garden center, and it should definitely say seedling soil on the package. To mix your soil in because you want to start with it moist. We have our seedling soil in the bucket, and we're adding lots of water and mixing it in well. We want to add enough water so that the soil just drips a little bit when we squeeze it with our hands. You want to take a clean flat, one with holes in the bottom. If it's a flat you've had around home, you want to disinfect it with a bleach solution of 1 part bleach and 10 parts water. And then soak the flat for 20 minutes. Let air dry. Be extremely careful when working with bleach, as it can be very damaging to your skin and eyes. So we'll add the soil to the flat. We want the soil to be about 1 inch deep. Just measure that with your finger. Smooth out the surface to give you a nice even seed bed. That's a good amount. Then you want to make some furrows with your finger, just pressing down. And we usually make 4 rows. You can make more or less to suit yourself. It's important to look at the seed packet. Not only does it give you the name of what you're planting, it gives you the germination rate, the temperature at which they like to be to germinate the best, which is 75 degrees, and also the light. Here it says dark/light, meaning it can germinate in the light or it will germinate in the dark, either one. You're just going to pour some seeds out in your hand and sprinkle them down your seed row. There's nothing exacting about this. Just sprinkle them along as you go. We want lots of jalapeno peppers, so we're planting quite thickly. One of the most important things is to label your seed trays so that you're certain of what you have coming up. So we'll just tuck that into our tray like that. And mist everything. Mist right down the seed rows. Even though we started with moist soil, we want to moisten those seeds, giving good contact between the seeds and the soil to encourage good germination. We're going to place our seeds on a germination mat, which can be regulated to any temperature. We have ours set at 75 degrees. We'll put the soil probe under the soil, but not touching the bottom of the flat. And it will regulate the heat in the mat below to the temperature we have it set at. Not everybody is lucky enough to have a germination mat, so a warm place will work. The top of your refrigerator, the top of your hot water heater, that kind of thing, to keep a nice warm constant temperature. We like to put a lid on the seed tray to maintain humidity and maintain temperature. Saran wrap or some kind of plastic wrap also works as well. Now these seeds will need to be misted daily to make sure they stay moist. Some seeds will say on the seed packet that they need dark to germinate. So what we would do in that case is cover them with, for example, another flat or some kind of tray, a cookie sheet or something, to provide darkness in there. Even though the grow light is on, they're still considered in the darkness in this situation, and we would leave that tray under the grow light. Okay? Once you remove the cover from the seedlings, you can continue to grow them on under a grow light. This setup here we have is mostly for germination, so at home if you're doing this, you want your seedlings 3 inches or so below your grow light. So if you have the kind of grow light or 4-foot fluorescent tube that you're using at home, lower it so that the light bulbs are just 3 or 4 inches above the seedlings. And this will give you good strong seedlings and not tall spindly ones that are growing tall to reach the light. Put your grow light on a timer so that the seedlings get around 16 hours of light each day. Estimate when most of your seeds have germinated, and if you are using a heating mat, that is the time to take them off the mat when most of the seeds are up. After they come off of the heat, leave the dome on for several days to allow them to transition from a warmer temperature to a not so warm temperature. And after a few days, you can take the lid off and leave it off. What you see here in this marigold tray, these seedlings have what we call seed leaves. They're the first leaves that come after germination. Soon they'll grow another set of leaves which we call the true leaves, and at that point they'll be ready to transplant into 6-packs or on into small pots for further growth. When ready to transplant, gently remove a chunk of seedlings and soil. We call this taking a piece of cake. Lay the chunk gently aside on a piece of moist paper towel. It is very important to handle the seedlings by only the leaves to avoid damaging the delicate stem and roots. Holding the seedling by the leaves, carefully place it into a 6-pack or pot and gently water in. You can continue to grow your transplants under the grow light with the light bulb 3 inches above. Remember to check daily and water as needed to keep the soil moist but not soggy.